The refurbishment of the Kampala-Malaba meter gauge railway is currently underway. This project is a crucial part of the infrastructural improvement program aimed at fulfilling the government's long-term development strategy outlined in the National Development Plan 3. The primary objectives of this plan are to enhance productive infrastructure to support trade, industrialization, exports, and efficient urbanization, while also improving the overall productivity, inclusiveness, and well-being of the population. Additionally, the plan seeks to strengthen the private sector to drive economic growth. According to Musoke David Bulega, the acting managing director of Uganda Railway Corporation, the commuter train services has been temporarily suspended to facilitate the reconstruction of the railway line.
We are carrying goods as our major business, and we move passengers within the city center. Though currently the commuter train was suspended to allow the construction of the railway line. Currently we are carrying out refurbishment of Mukono Kampala section. We started with Kampala Namambe, where we are lifting the old steel rails and sleepers and replacing them with new rails and concrete sleepers. The removal of the old line is complete now.
The reconstruction efforts have commenced from Malaba, and Mr. Bulega provided an update on the progress of the ongoing work.
What the contractor is doing is grading of the formation, and we have started laying the concrete sleepers and rails from Namambe to Kampala, which is going to take us another 3 months to conclude. And the work is progressing well. With a concrete sleeper factory in Lugazi, we have so far produced almost 70% of the required concrete sleepers. From there we shall embark on Namambe Mukono section with new sleepers and rails, which will take us to around February next year. And we are now registering enormous improvement in moving of cargo from Malaba to Kampala, though we are stopping in Namambe for a while because of the ongoing refurbishment works.
Globally, it has been empirically demonstrated that railway and water transport are the most cost-effective modes of transportation, followed by road and air. As the population in urban centers like Kampala continues to grow, transportation has become increasingly challenging, leading to severe traffic congestion. The reconstruction of railway transport in and around Kampala, as stressed by Mr. Bulega, is expected to alleviate these transportation issues and improve the overall transportation system in both Kampala and other urban areas.
Improvements, we expect to extend the passenger service, the commuter service from Namambe to Mukono. That will be around March 2024. We are again looking at extending the service to Chengera via Narukolongo. That leg also is under consideration for a complete overhaul or upgrading, where we, as a corporation, we are going to use new rails and new concrete sleepers. By that, we are assuring the public of safety and the faster delivery of service, and the increased number of trains for commuters, that is in the morning and specifically in the evening, where we have the peak hours of people moving out of the town. And we hope to decongest the city, to relieve the city, the town of the traffic jam, and we hope we are going to increase on the number of commuters because of the wider coverage compared to what we have been doing.
Additionally, extending railway lines to new areas will further contribute to enhanced transportation in those regions. The replacement of rails and sleepers is progressing smoothly. However, Mr. Bulega acknowledges encountering some obstacles that are impeding the pace of the work.
We've had an uphill task of convincing Ugandans who are settled on the railway formation, who have settled on the railway line reserve. But slowly they are understanding the objective and our mission of having the railway line back to life. Though some are still stubbornly on, especially we are having heavy congestion around Chileka, where we have that market, and the other areas like Chidinya, but we've done a good part on that side, and we have already notified those remaining ones on the railway corridor to give space to the contractor so that he can complete the work in time.
The most significant challenge arises from the presence of residents and traders near the railway line who are seeking compensation.
We expect those markets to be moved off the railway corridor, and those people who have constructed, we have been demolishing, we have been pushing them off, and again they are coming back. We hope this time around they will comply and leave the corridor to allow us to reconstruct that section.
This has become a major hurdle in the ongoing project.
Yeah, we have another area that is Katwe, where they have the market in the railway line reserve and on the railway itself. We have already notified the leaders of those people to ensure that they move off that area, they move the market out from the railway line corridor to enable us rehabilitate or manage our affairs properly. So they are aware, but they are slowly moving off, and we are increasing on the vigilance to sensitize them to move off the railway line, and we are working with the local leaders, the LOCs and the market leaders, to see that they find alternative areas for the market vendors.
What might the plan and process look like for compensating the individuals who are currently residing and working around the railway line?
We have increased our engagement with the public, but again the local leaders also need to be brought on board. We are engaging them, especially in these areas of Katwe-Chinyoro, Ndeva, where you see a lot of polythene bags, water bottles, and all that rubbish, which is blocking the channels, the drainage channels, and it is a threat to not only to the railway industry, but again to the public at large. So we already engaged the Kampala Capital City Authority and the divisional mayors to see that we work together to see that these bottles and polythene bags are properly managed and removed off the railway reserve. Similarly, we are appealing to the people on the railway corridor, Kampala, Narukolongo, Chengera. We see so many markets, they have created illegal roads, but we hope they also move to allow the construction to move on without us going into force. They know they are illegally there, and we've taken quite some big time, like 2 years, informing them of the program which we have for the railway corridor and the works to have the railway line more active.
They assert that they purchased the land from corporation officials and landowners, but they are concerned about potential eviction.
But a process of evicting them is on, We have already gone to courts of law. Some of them have lost out. We gave them some time to remove their properties. Plus all these other small encroachers, we know they are supposed to move off the railway corridor. And measures are already in place. We have already beefed up the security teams to safeguard the rail and to ensure that our corridor and the workshop area is not encroached on anymore. So we believe the public has been given ample notice, and it's good enough some of them have started moving off and removing their structures and pushing off the business away from the railway reserve.
The successful completion of the revamping of the meter gauge railway line, which includes the replacement of the rails and sleepers, will heavily rely on the availability of funds.
So all these works or the programs will depend on the availability of money. The designs are already done. These works include refurbishment of our workshops and locomotive sheds.
The acting managing director confirmed that the designs are ready and they plan to undertake additional tasks such as refurbishing workshops and locomotive sheds provided sufficient funds are allocated.
This includes a major workshop in Narukolongo, which requires renovation and inclusion, importation of new machinery. Currently, minor works are ongoing in that workshop. It is a locomotive shed where all our locomotives are being repaired from.
The Kampala-Malaba meter gauge railway project aims to enhance the existing railway system by refurbishing the line from Malaba to Kampala, which is 250 kilometers, Kampala to Port Bell, which is 3 kilometers, and Kampala to Nalukolongo to Chengera, which is 12.3 kilometers, totaling 270.6 kilometers.
So looking at revamping the commuter train or the railway line from Kampala to Chengera, and that one will be divided into two phases. We will start with Kampala, Nalukolongo, then from Nalukolongo to Chengera. And as I had stated earlier, we are going to use concrete sleepers and new rails to see that we have an uninterrupted service, and we don't wish to stop or to interfere with the movement of commuters. We also hope to get new passenger coaches to increase on the fleet of passenger coaches, whereby we'll have 2 or more trains moving in different directions at the same time. So after completion of the Namave, Kampala Mkono Lake, we are going to embark on Namave, Kampala Narukolongo, and then Chengera, specifically targeting the commuters with a major aim of decongesting the city of the traffic jam and the rest of it.
This initiative involves purchasing and rehabilitating coaches, wagons and locomotives, establishing a railway training school and stocking new spares for the workshop.
We also have a training wing in that area, and our workshop trainings are ongoing for all our railway staff. So I believe if money comes in on time, we are going to have a facelifting of that workshop, including fencing off, because we have seen in the past people encroaching on that workshop land. But should money come in early enough, the workshop is going to be fenced off and renovated at the same time.
Furthermore, the refurbishment of the Kampala-Malaba meter gauge railway line will establish a connection with the standard gauge railway and road networks, providing efficient transportation for the first and last mile from inland container depots, yards and warehouses to the standard gauge railway main corridor.
The government is already committed to rehabilitation of the line and renovation of those workshops. Yeah, it's the procurement process which will delay us a bit, but we know some criminal activities have been done and they are ongoing.
This corridor leads to the main ports of Mombasa and Kisumu on the northern corridor, as well as Port Mwanza on the central corridor. It is essential to note that this project is an alignment with the standard gauge railway, Kampala-Jinja Expressway, and the development of Bukasa Port.